Planning your first launch. These are the 5 mistakes that I want you to avoid so that way you don't miss out on a ton of money. In this video, we are going to go over what these mistakes are and what I want you to do instead. So stay tuned. Hey friends, and welcome to my channel. I am Brianca Johnson, a launch and marketing strategist. I specialize in helping my clients plan profitable and custom launch and marketing plans. Check out this video and subscribe to my channel for weekly tips on marketing, launching, and all things entrepreneurship. Now let's get into it. I am so excited to be back with you this week with another video helping you master your marketing and launch plans. Now, before we dive deep into it, I want to just let you in on a little secret. While you're listening to these mistakes, you may feel a little attacked, but I don't want you to run away from it. I want you to know that it is totally normal. But by the end of this video, you will not only know what these mistakes are, you will also have clear strategies to avoid them and to make sure that while you are planning your launch, you are doing it in a way that feels good and that serves not only you, but your audience and your clients in the absolute best way. Check it out. So the number one mistake that online service providers and coaches make is that they try to launch without having a clear goal. And the reason that this is a problem is because they don't know what they're working towards. And they're not even able to determine that the plan that they are using is actually working and that it will be a profitable one. So one of the ways to avoid this very common mistake is to set a good, better, and a best goal. And basically what this means is it is 3 targets that you use to measure while your launch is going on if you are on track. Your good goal is normally the minimum goal that you would need in order for your launch to be profitable. Your better goal is normally the goal that you actually really want. And your best goal is normally the goal that is exceeding above what you would normally want in your launch. So a good example of this is, let's say you had a goal of 10 people enrolled into your program. Your good goal may be 7 and your best goal may be 12. And you're able to use these good, better, best goals to determine, based off of where you are in your launch, if your conversions will allow you to hit the profitable margin that you need in order to be successful. So leveraging this good, better, best goal also helps you to determine if your content is working, if your emails are working, and where you are seeing the most traction from your audience. When you are launching with a goal, then you have a roadmap to be able to say if you are on track or if you are not on track. And you can determine if your goal is in alignment, right, by looking at your past data and looking at industry standards to see if it even makes sense, right? If you are looking at your landing page conversions and you see that your landing page conversion is typically 27%, but you are looking to create a goal that would mean that you would need a 47% conversion, then you know that that goal may not be realistic and you're able to tweak it so that way it is more attainable for you and more in alignment with what you have historically been able to do with your audience. So really setting that goal at the beginning is going to be key for your profitable launch. Mistake number 2 is going to be launching before you build a profitable audience. So many people do this and then they get frustrated because they're like, why is it that every time I launch, the only people who are in my emails are my aunt or my cousin, or it's crickets, there's no one there. And this is the reason why. So you want to be able to ensure that your audience is invested in your content, that they see you as an expert, that there is a trust factor, and that they are actually interested in what it is that you are presenting to them before you go through the hassle of launching. And some of the ways to do this are going to be showing them behind the scenes, getting their input on the name of your program or your service, the length of it, the price of it, things like that, like leveraging market research and data, leveraging their comments or their questions to create a marketing and a messaging strategy that resonates with how they are presenting themselves to you in your Instagram or in your Facebook or in your group or wherever they are in your audience. So you want to make sure that you are getting their input and that they know that something is coming before you are just like, surprise, I have this new program or this new service. And so building this profitable audience is so important because this is going to help you increase your conversions. So if you are leveraging behind the scenes content, if you are getting their input, you are getting a buy-in from this audience that, wow, I see this person as an expert. They are asking questions. I'm providing answers. Now I am invested in this program or the service because I have had an input in what it would ultimately turn out to look like. I've been watching them build it. They've been answering my questions. All of these things help to build momentum even before you launch. So if you want to learn some strategies to build a profitable audience, then make sure you grab the Profitable People program right here. You can also watch this video right here and learn strategies to increase your brand visibility ahead of your launch. And the reason that this is so important is because what it will do is it will help you fill the top of your funnel with more qualified leads, more people who are interested in what you do or interested in your program or your service. Let me know in the comments what the biggest mistake is that you've ever made in your launch. I can tell you off the top that the biggest mistake I ever made was number 2. I did not create a profitable audience before I launched, and I ended up launching to crickets, and it was a catastrophe. So I really want to know in the comments what your biggest mistake was in your previous launches. The third biggest mistake is going to be not testing your tech. So have you ever gone through someone's launch or signed up for the wait list and you didn't get a thank you email, you didn't get access to something, or one of the links was broken? This is one of the biggest ways to lose money in your launch or to even lose trust with your audience. So you always want to make sure that before your launch goes live that you have gone through the system, gone through the tech as a customer, and that everything has checked out. A bonus thing would be to have not only just you go through it, but one other person that you trust. So your VA, your business bestie, someone who you know would go through it and give you reliable feedback. Testing your tech is going to be so important because you want to make sure that your clients are having a seamless onboarding experience and that they are getting all of the information that they need to continue moving through that funnel. If something is broken or it's not working, you run the risk of decreasing your conversion rates. You run the risk of feeling like frustrated or having to fix something and feeling frazzled while in your launch. And so testing your tech is just a really easy way to combat all of that and to make the experience enjoyable for not only yourself, but also for your clients as well. The fourth mistake is going to be not following up. So I'm sure you've heard this common saying that says, the fortune is in the follow-up. And that is so true. I never want you to think that just because you talk to one person one time that they are automatically going to remember. There's so much stimulus, there are so many messages, there are so many things that are constantly grabbing at our attention every day. And so your job during your launch is always going to be to remain at the top of your ideal client's brain. And that means that you have to constantly be reminding them that you are there for them, that you can answer any questions that they may have, and that the cart is open or the wait list is open or that you see that they have signed up. So you really want to make sure that you're keeping track of who is engaged with your stories, especially during that pre-launch period where you're priming them, where you're getting their feedback, where you're using polls and you're using question stickers to really get them engaged. You want to make sure that you leverage that data and that you keep track of it for the time when your launch goes live, right? And then you're able to go back and you're able to say, hey, Brianca, I saw that you clicked this poll and, you know, you helped me pick the name of this program. And I just wanted to let you know that I so appreciated your feedback, and this program is now live. If you're interested, you can go check out the sales page and add your name to the list. And this now creates a relationship with your ideal client because they're like, wow, she remembered that I helped her pick out this name. She remembered that I was invested in this solution, and now she's coming back to me to remind me that the cart is open. Let me go check it out. So you want to make sure that you're engaging with them also while they're on the wait list, right? One of the biggest mistakes that I see people make is they bring their audience onto the wait list. They have these ginormous wait lists and they say nothing to them for weeks upon weeks up until the event is gone live. And it just doesn't make sense, right? Because that is a warm audience. So you want to keep them warm. You want to keep them engaged. You want to keep talking to them. So you want to make sure that you are continuously following up, and you even want to make sure that if someone applies for your program but they don't move forward, or they join the wait list, but they don't, apply to move forward in your program. You want to make sure that you're following up with them as well, because it could just be an instance of a ball being dropped. A good example of this is when I launched Marketing Masters, my monthly membership program. I had so many people on the wait list, and when the cart opened, they didn't sign up. But I had all of their Instagram handles from my form, and so I went and I sent them individualized messages, letting them know that the doors to the program were open specifically for them, and I would love for them to apply, or I would love for them to ask me any questions. I was able to see 7 enrollments on that day just from that follow-up strategy. And so I'm telling you that this works. You want to make sure that you are following up and that you're not just saying something one time and then crossing your fingers and hoping that they will follow through. You want to kind of like stay at the top of their mind and remind them over and over again that this opportunity is waiting for them if and when they are ready. And then the 5th mistake is going to be not auditing your data. So how many times have you had a launch, you made all this money, and then you never even go back to say, oh, I did this right, I really like this, I didn't like this didn't go well. So many times it happens to all of my clients. But I want you to know that one of the ways to make sure that your launches are optimized and that they are getting better every single time is to make sure that you are going back and checking that data. You want to be looking for things like, what were your conversion rates? What content performed the best? What emails had the highest open rate or the highest click-through rate? What did you like about this launch? What did you not like? Was your waitlist conversion higher than it normally is? And if so, did you do anything differently? Did you increase the number of platforms that you were on, and that is why you saw a higher conversion rate? Did you put out a different lead magnet? You want to be able to pinpoint the successes or the failures of your launch to certain actions, so that way you can do more of the actions that work and less of the actions that do not work. So you want to make sure that not only do you collect this data at the end of your launch, but that you leverage this data when you are planning for your next launch. So you want to make sure that you're creating a system so that way every time you are launching, it is getting better and better and better and better and better. So just to recap, the 5 costly mistakes that coaches should avoid when planning their launch are going to be launching without a goal, launching before building a profitable audience, not testing their tech, not following up, and not auditing their data. If you are doing any of these 5 mistakes, I want you to stop right now and start implementing the strategies that we've gone over today to ensure that your launch can be profitable and that your audience can have a seamless experience. Love these tips and want more of them? Click the link below to access our shop. It is filled with launch and marketing templates and trainings that will continue to serve you and help you develop profitable launch campaigns, marketing campaigns, and overall just a better community and relationship with your audience. Like this content, show your love by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. I'd also love to connect with you on Instagram. It's where I show all of the behind the scenes of my business and my life. Just screenshot this video and say hello. But before you go, don't forget to pop on over into the comments and let me know what the biggest launch mistake is that you've ever made. I really want to talk to you about this, so make sure that you let me know in the comments. But until next time, see you later.